My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world. In this video, the Defense Secretary of the United States of Biafra addresses the Biafran people concerning the initial announcement on the decentralization in the Biafran Liberation Army and the codes that was announced as well by our Deputy Prime Minister in the person of Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Orabueze. But before we dive into it, let me quickly welcome back to my channel those of you that have been following my videos, and if you're new, I welcome you and urge you to do well to click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell icon so anytime I upload another video you will be notified. Other than that, let's go straight into it.
Honorable Secretary for Defense, please unmute yourself. SM Watcher.
Greetings, Biafrans, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you all. And first I want to just take a few minutes to commend our Honorable Deputy Prime Minister on the job that she did by the message of hope, message of diligence, message of resoluteness that she gave us today. So I want to thank our men on ground, our angels, for a marvelous job they are doing. Please, like I said, everything is just going well, the way we planned it and the way we're going to do it. So we just have to continue, make sure that our firepower is against our enemies, not against our people. And I know there's been people on social media trying to tag us with all the killings against civilians. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. So I can tell everybody all over the world that we are not part of anybody being killed, our civilians at all. So we will target our enemies who come to kill us. Who we are targeting. So, Biafrans, we're doing very well in our security department and our defense department. The support is marvelous. Just keep it coming. Keep it coming. So we need to defend our land because this is our country. It's our country now. And every state, every piece of land, every individual, civilians, our mothers and children, our fathers, all the vulnerables must be defended against this terrorist-based Nigerian army that is coming to kill us. Because, of course, now we've seen some signs that they're seeing since they are the decentralization order. They realize that, wow, this is a game changer. Now, Biafrans are fighting from everywhere, not just concentrated areas alone. But fighting from everywhere, they cannot stand us. They cannot stand us. But they're realizing that now. Of course, with the introduction of a new terrorist group that just came into their country, into the northern part of Nigeria.
Okay, my people, did you hear what he said? That because of the decentralization, now that the zoo themselves are beginning to shiver, because you know what it means? That there will be activities on all fronts. That is what it is. One of the good things that you see from this decentralization that he's talking about, that was actually announced, and many people began to run a propaganda with it, but actually it is a good thing because it will enable the men to be able to, once they get the command from the hierarchy, everybody will now dispatch the information to their various camps, different camps. The camps are no longer connected to each other, based on all the camps hoping to be getting command from one place. But now all the camps are now independent, but they still get command from the superior, okay, and the command will be coming because they will be working very closely with our Secretary of Defense. These are professionals themselves that have fought wars before, like the Deputy Defense Secretary.
They thought they were coming to help them fight against Biafrans and really causing problem for themselves. So now they're facing a lot of uphill battle. And because it will make sense for them to just leave our country, go and fight their battles over in the north. So leave us alone and let us organize ourselves, settle everything, and of course, we can talk with them. So if they want peace, they have to leave our country and we can come to a round table and discuss the issues of separation. There's no two ways about it. So that's what they need to do. While we continue to fortify our land, just like the Deputy Prime Minister has said, first she said it all. And that's what we follow. It's a template by our Honorable Prime Minister, that has laid out for us. And that's what we're following. So those people that said, oh, why not we wait? How can you wait? We've already claimed our independence. There's no need to wait. So we're moving forward. Just like our Prime Minister did not wait after our leader, Mazen Namdekano, was illegally arrested in Kenya and brought to Nigeria. We do not wait, and we're not going to wait with our own Prime Minister being detained. So we have to move forward and do the needful. We know what to do, and that's what we're doing. So I want to reassure Biafrans: do not disappear. Don't despair, because your defense is strong and even getting stronger with the introduction of the ID. Making our men, our armed forces look like normal armed forces. That's what they are. They're the army. So that when they're costed by the Nigerian terrorist army, they can properly identify themselves as a Biafran soldier. And that way, they are protected by Geneva Convention. You guys know about it. You can read about it. You can Google it. It's there. It protects them against torture. It protects them against any kind of form of inhumane treatment, because of course if they go against it, if any occupying force goes against it, that brings to them war crimes charges against them, and they will be charged in the International Criminal Court, and we will be reporting that. That's why we have our administrators in every state must be from whatever is happening in their state, as far as all the activities that these occupying forces are doing will be reported. And all those, we report all those things, we collect the information and we report it straight to the ICC. For any form of crime against our people and against our military, because they're not supposed to be killing them arbitrarily or committing genocide or doing all kinds of things to them. So other than normal arrest and detention, that's it. And they must be fair until they return back to us, or we exchange it with them, the ones that will capture as well. So that's basically. I don't want to talk too much about this. It's ongoing, but I just want you guys to be rest assured that we're not sleeping. We are vigilant. Our men are vigilant on the ground. So I understand that there's some incident that happened recently, in Ihala. So of course, people are claiming, it is Biafra soldiers. Those are,
Okay, before we go into hearing what he said about the incident that later happened, now you see what he said about the code. He called it ID, So the day that he mentioned that thing, he said ID. Now some people started running propaganda saying that he said ID card. How can they have ID card? That ID card will implicate them and things like that. Okay, but those people that we are talking, they are never the people in the military. They don't understand what codes are. They don't understand the kind of ID card that he meant when he said ID. He did not say ID card, he said ID. So they now started running propaganda, because you see, these fallen angels, what they do is waiting to just capture one or two things that they will hear from the government, and they will begin to run propaganda with it. It's very sudden, So here you see he's trying to emphasize that this actually secures the men. It helps these guys to be secured. They will no longer be arbitrarily maltreated. Okay, they will no longer be bastardized by these terrorists, being treated inhumanly, all those kind of torture, inhuman torture and all that. They will be protected by Geneva protection. So these are guys that have understood they are not actually local security men. These are people that have served in the military in the United States of America. So they are now bringing that new dimension that has been said by our leader Mazen Nandekano to the Prime Minister, that our Prime Minister is bringing. And now our Prime Minister has already laid the template. He actually laid this template that they are following. So people that are running propaganda are just ignorant of what they are saying. So that is what he said, and I don't think that any person that is part of the military who is not part of siphoning the funds that are supposed to be getting to different camps, nobody will actually dislike this kind of move that the Secretary of Defense is making, because this is something that everybody will jump into and grab. So he actually made that statement, and I heard that many people, even from the other camp, are actually leaving and coming into this, because first of all, they were trying to use propaganda to confuse people, saying that they want to implicate them. But now people are getting the picture, and they are now decamping, and it will happen. They will lose all these people, these saboteurs, these traitors. Very soon they will go like others. They are not the first that broke out,
Aside the Kubos men, doing what they do, because they're working with the with the embargo, and of course Nigerian terrorist army, and that's what they do. So please do not tag them to Biafra soldiers. We're not the ones doing that. So we target those who come to kill us. We're not targeting individuals. We're not targeting communities. They're the ones that are burning buckets, killing our people, and that is not us. So I just want to be reassured. If you see all those things, report it to us, and we will respond.
So now he responded to all these videos that have been circulating on the social media, that they saw some men shooting to civilians, okay, and some of these people will be doing these things, calling themselves Biafra Liberation Army. That's just when people want to blackmail, when they want to destroy what the other people are doing. There is nobody that will be shooting and calling his name. They don't do that. Okay, so whenever you see these people doing such thing, know that these are saboteurs, or should I say, those are criminals that are trying to implicate the people that they are calling the name. They are not. So that's what he's saying, that those are Asari Dokubo's men and not Biafra Liberation Army. And Asari Dokubo, he's working with the Nigerian government, the terrorist army, and the Bubago. So that's just what he said.
Thank you all very much. Happy New Year. This is the year of our full recognition and liberation. We are coming home, and Biafrans, you will rejoice this year. Thank you all.
Defense, I still wanted to reiterate the some of the attacks that's happened recently in Biafra land and in other parts of Nigeria has clearly shown that Nigeria government cannot cater and safeguard the lives and properties of the citizens. Even I heard there was something that happened in CKC Church about today or yesterday, I don't know. But this clearly shows that the Nigerian terrorist state continues to kill innocent people in Biafra land and other parts of Nigeria. They have their planted southeast governors, south governors, and their politicians, but they cannot safeguard the life of innocent people that went to church to pray. And this is what our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is trying to avoid, is trying to prevent. Now we are a nation who will continue to build alternative structures that can protect and prevent things like that from happening in our land. But we must, first of all, as we have given the Nigerian government, we've given them the order to leave our land so that we can plan and safeguard the lives of our people, because currently as it stands, the Nigerian government, the southeast governors, south governors, they cannot safeguard the lives of our people. And that is why innocent people are being killed. Innocent people, you see people going to shoot in their homes. People that went to church are being massacred by terrorists. And Nigerian government is not doing anything about that. So how long are we going to continue to allow things like that to happen in Biafra land? Because now they claim they are in charge of our territory. So that's why you have their agents, you have the southeast governors in Biafra land. But they cannot safeguard the lives of our people. They cannot safeguard worship areas. That is why you have all these killings, and it will never stop. And we cannot continue to allow things like that to go ahead. That is why Nigeria must leave Biafra land peacefully or forcefully, so that we can start to protect our people with our security forces. We can start to safeguard the lives and properties of our people, unlike what is happening right now. Thank you.
You can see how somebody that is really fighting for freedom speaks. See how passionate our DPM was talking to these terrorists, Nigerian Janjaweed military, how they have to leave our land. You see how she was talking passionately from her heart. That's how a leader speaks. Not when you see all these efulefus, the one they are calling acting PM, the people that sabotage or try to sabotage this movement. And these our lioness refused that they will have their way, and they know that she is strong. That's why they have been attacking her even right from time our PM was with us. Now immediately PM now was called for questioning. Just within 2 days, these guys began to misbehave. They wrote through one committee they call CRC, CRC, I think. Okay, and it's just a committee that settles disputes or issues between cabinet members. What these people did, they wrote a letter to make Ogenkere their prime minister, because that's what, in a nutshell, what it was all about, and because of that resolution committee was dissolved by the cabinet members as well. None of these things were done solemnly by our DPM. So there always had been votes from the cabinet members, and they voted. I think they say 20 people voted for dissolution of that committee, while 9 people voted against, that they do not want it to be dissolved. But majority carries the vote, so 20/9 they carried the vote. So now for them to, after dissolving them and cabinet being dissolved, they went and now formed their nonsense and still say that they were conducting votes for Ogenkere, which nobody challenged him. They just made him what they call acting prime minister. We don't have any qualms, about that. We are waiting for him to come and address us. He has already come, okay, and made a mess out of himself, because he can't even communicate to himself very well. Talk more of communicating to the public, so he's just disgracing himself. Anyway, he longed to be a prime minister. I believe that's why he did everything with Nigerian government to make sure that our PM was removed from us, at least for this time, because they will still be put to shame. So our COS here, you see how she was telling the Zoo terrorist military to leave our land, that they cannot govern us. We are now a nation, we are governing ourselves. So she spoke very well, and you can see that she fits in that position very well.
Thank you, Biafrans, and Happy New Year. EPM, Happy New Year to you. This is just a quick support to the Defense Secretary.
So this person is the Deputy Secretary of Defense, okay? So, and he has actually served in United States. He went to Afghanistan war. He went to like 3 wars, very well known wars, and he fought, and he has a very, very wonderful experience that he can use for our military as well. So both of them are working hand in hand.
You say, as far as measures that are being taken to make sure that things work right in Biafra land. In addition to what he said, this department, I believe, I know we have measures to rein in the excesses of the Biafrans who call themselves soldiers online. We have measures such as unified identification and numbering system, which is coming very soon. And I know he mentioned it, but when the last person who asked the question, I believe maybe he forgot that. So if you are still here, the individual who asked that question, remember that these measures we have, as far as I know, as a soldier, will go a long way. When we talk about decentralization, with this thing, the decentralization will work perfectly, so that whatever happens to any of our soldiers, we will know. And also will boost their morale and motivation, because it will ensure that we get the soldier, we get his name wherever he's fighting from and wherever he was born, so that his benefit will go to his or her parents or relatives or next of kin, as the case may be. So we have this and a lot of other measures. This is defense stuff. It has a lot of security stuff, classified, we cannot come out here to talk about. I know a lot of people here don't understand how security works. People would like to know everything, but we don't come online to talk about the nitty-gritty of defense. There are some questions that we keep from social media. We keep some questions away from public domain to maintain our integrity and the security of our people. To ensure that some of this information are kept within the defense sector, so that these terrorists who are coming, who I know that we are online, we may assume that all of us here are working for Biafra. Some of them may still have an interest mindset. So because of that, we try to keep a lot of things out of public domain. So you may not get the answers to all the questions that you want that has to do with security.
Okay, my people, I believe that you heard the addition that the Deputy Secretary Defense added, and he reiterated the code that the provision of the identity, the provision of the identification will enable the decentralization to work perfectly, and also it will make these military people that are fighting for our motherland to be able to enjoy all benefits. Anything that is given to them, they will get it easily. If they can't even get it, it can go to their next of kin or to their parents or whoever that they may, want it to go to the person's account. So with that code, there will not be all this nonsense starvation that you will give somebody to be taking it down to everybody. Some people will use it to be enriching themselves. We had some people that our PM was working with the one that they call success, because PM sent him to do all those kind of disseminating informations. Because of that, he now possesses so much power that many commanders were under him, and he was doing anyhow. If you want to even question him, he will begin to threaten you, because knowing that he speaks with PM, he can lie and he can blackmail anybody, and PM may believe him. So when people get small power, they begin to misbehave. So when these codes, because what makes people to be loyal to people is just money. If the person is the source of your income, you may do even things that you wouldn't have done if it is that you have a way of getting your salary or source of income. So, but this one, that the government will be the one taking the responsibility, you will see that people will no longer be working under fear. It will be effective, and that is what he said. So I think overall these things are what we will be looking forward to have. I believe that this is a very good one that will help our men to be upgraded into a full-fledged military that will be one in a million, and it will boost their morale even in confronting these terrorists in our land. So my people, I think that this is a very good step, and anybody that is against this, the person doesn't know what he's doing. It means that that person has a hidden agenda. Okay, because I think this is a call for rejoicing. I think it's a call to celebrate. So other than that, this is where I will be drawing the curtain. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to click that like button, subscribe to my channel, press that bell icon, so anytime I upload another video, you'll be notified. Other than that, shalom.